What do we have for Virgo? The moon, Pisces energy at the foundation of the reading, Virgo. Leading up to this reading, I was getting some downloads surrounding something that you have on your mind, Virgo, something that you really want to head towards. Now, there's many different things this can be. It's going to be different for each and every one of you out there. But there's something holding you back. And I feel it's definitely some sort of fear. For some of you, it's going to be an individual or individuals. It could be a lack of self-confidence, and we'll find out a little bit more about that as we develop through the reading. But the divine is really pushing you to take this chance, Virgo. I feel that this has been a long time coming, and I feel that for a lot of you, you've been putting this off for quite some time. It's time to release this fear, Virgo. It's really time to step into this new cycle in your life. I feel that you've been consumed with a lot of distractions. You've been closing out a lot of cycles in your life that may have been keeping you held back from pressing forward. Whatever this is may have been something that you've been keeping on the back burner. But now it's time, and there's no better time than at the beginning of a new year. 2024 is going to see tremendous elevation and growth for all of the Virgos inside the collective that have been putting the work into improving their lives, their circumstances, whatever it may be for you. You've really had your nose to the grindstone, Virgo, and you've been going about this in true Virgo fashion. There's an organization to what I'm picking up here. It's an energy of love can wait. I have some other things that I need to clear out of the way first. But for a lot of you, there's nothing left standing in your way except your own fear and quite possibly some residual energies from these past cycles or these individuals that you need to release so you can embrace this new beginning. What do we have at the sacral? There's an emphasis on your intuition right now, Virgo. What do we have here? Okay, we're going to take both these. 5 of Wands, Leo energy at the sacral. 9 of Pentacles, Virgo, that is your energy at the solar plexus. Like I was saying, there's an emphasis on your intuition here. You're feeling very called. You're feeling very guided. The divine is really trying to push you in this new direction, but for some reason, you're still holding back. You may still be trying to compartmentalize everything you've had to overcome leading up until this point. It's almost like the energy of you trying to catch your breath. But whatever you're heading towards is very well deserved, Virgo. And I feel this overwhelming energy where the divine can't wait to bless you with this new beginning. This 5 of Wands at the sacral is indicating all of this resistance you've come up against. These people, these karmic cycles, these situations, these events. It's representing everything that you've had to clear out of the way. I just heard detoxifying yourself. So that might mean something to some of you out there, but I think it's more general in nature in that the divine has been trying to detoxify your life so they can prepare you, so they can prime you for this new beginning. This 9 of Pentacles at the solar plexus is giving us a glimpse of what is on the horizon for you, Virgo. You, in your power, aligned, calibrated, and the best version of yourself that I feel has ever been on any timeline. Again, a lot of you have put in all the work in order to align with this new timeline. Some of you may have even forgotten what you were working towards because you've been beavering away for so long. You've been so focused and so desperate for change is what I just heard. There's an emphasis here on you making sure that you don't repeat any of these past karmic cycles, which I feel has been your motivation. I feel that you Virgos are sick of dating the same sorts of people, having the same sorts of friends that you can't rely on, dealing with these family members whose main motivation is stopping you from being the best you can be. Take it as it fits. You're not willing to go another round with any of these kinds of individuals anymore. All of them are just reflections of an old you, an old life, an old timeline that you're finally leaving behind. They were all actors in a movie that represented you before you self-empowered and aligned with the person that you were always meant to be. But Virgo, in saying all this, everything had to unfold exactly like this, because this has all been a driving force motivating you to make the necessary changes in your life. There's family members that are incredibly jealous of you. There's friends that are jealous of you. There's exes that are jealous of you, who had their chance and didn't do right by you. Your elevation, for some reason, is a surprise. You've managed to set the bar very high, Virgo, and I don't think individuals truly realize your capacity to heal and power forward and create something far greater for yourself on the ashes of the past. There's a lot of stability and security where you're heading, Virgo, but it's very important that as you're charging forward on this path, you don't lose sight of where you're going, and remember that it's because of your higher guidance and your connection with the source that got you here to begin with. So you need to check in regularly. And you need to make sure that as you're pressing forward, you're still listening to this higher guidance and your intuition in a very methodical fashion. Because what I'm seeing here is an energy of the divine saying to you, Virgo, look up. We have something for you, but we need you to take a right-hand turn just up ahead. And you're so consumed with the task at hand, you don't look up and you keep going. In other words, it's as if the divine is saying to you, hey, Virgo, you can slow down now. You're out of hell, but you're still running, which gives us an idea of what you've had to overcome, Virgo. You're still running, but you don't need to. What do we have at the heart, please? Lovers at the heart. Look up, Virgo. Gemini energy with this lovers. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a significant other coming into your life. It most certainly will be for a lot of you, but this is also an energy of alignment. It's just an overall energy of you calibrating with everything in relation to this new timeline. It's really all-encompassing. For some of you, it's going to be opportunities in work, opportunities in romance, new friends, new living situations, new homes. Take it as it fits. To me, this is representing you coming into alignment and harmony with your true self, and it's an all-encompassing kind of energy. But one thing is definitely for certain, this is you coming into union with your higher self, stepping into your allocated position, which can be another way of speaking about your purpose, your mission. There just seems to be an overall energy of arrival here for you, Virgo. This lovers is also sitting right at the heart chakra. So I feel the divine is working on your heart chakra right now, clearing out any residual energies that may still be holding you back. Like I was picking up at the beginning of the reading, there seems to be some sort of fear here. It's like you've overcome some certain things in your life, but the residual energy has created some sort of sense of fear surrounding, let's say, for the sake of example, relationships. You're holding on to some bitterness, resentment. Maybe you're scared to get into a new relationship based off of what you've already been through. So this is telling us that there's some healing that needs to be done there. Because when you completely close out a cycle, you also need to be very aware that if you're still holding on to the traits that you had in that previous cycle, then there's something residual there. And we all go through this. But you want to address all that so you can give yourself the opportunity to step into this new timeline and make sure that you're not presenting anybody else who comes onto your path with the residual energies from the past, essentially judging a new person who wants to come into your life based off of what somebody else did to you. So that can be you being very closed off. And this is not easy, Virgo. This takes work. It takes healing. But I feel the divine is telling us here that you have access to this healing energy right now. So you need to really meditate on this image, this visualization of what you have for your life moving forward, and ask the divine to help you with the necessary healing that you need to undergo to be able to step into that new timeline with no residual energy loitering around in your auric field. What do we have at the throat, please? 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 99. You are right on the precipice of major change, Virgo. You're in a very enlightened energy right now, Virgo. It's important to take note of all that's coming through to you at this time intuitively and accept the changes that the divine is trying to bring into your life. Don't create resistance for yourself, Virgo. Again, based off of this residual energy, there's completion happening in your life. It's time to reflect on the lessons of the past so as to prepare for what is to come. Endings can be painful, but the divine is here to support you. I want you to try saying the mantra, I accept positive change into my life. Much like I was telling you about connecting with the divine and asking them to help you with any sort of stuck residual energies that may be loitering around, say that mantra as well. I feel that this is really going to prime you and prepare you for this new timeline. I accept positive change in my life. This Nine of Cups, Pisces energy at the throat, speaks on everything that we've channeled through up until this point. This is a very fulfilled, very satisfied kind of energy. It's also you getting what you want, Virgo. So again, you have access to something very beautiful here. You've been given access to a whole new world of opportunities here, Virgo. The energy around this reading feels very peaceful. It feels like the universe is wrapping you in a velvet blanket. That's the best way that I can try and describe to you what it is I'm feeling here. There's also some deep emotions that I'm picking up here, but it's more happy emotion. It's like the tears of joy that you have when you've overcome great obstacles in your life and you're now able to see all of the work and effort you've put in to get to this point, and mirrored back to you by the wallpaper is what I just heard. It's interesting, but it makes sense because what they're trying to tell us there is that your reality, your surroundings, is reflecting all of your hard work, however that may be showing up for you. Some of you Virgos have escaped some really dark karmic cycles with individuals. You've moved and it's like you're in your new place, laying in your bed, maybe staring at the ceiling or the wall, and you feel safe for the first time in a really long time. That's going to resonate with some of you out there. But Virgo, it's very important that you remember something. It's your connection with Source that got you there. And because you've followed this higher guidance meticulously. So with that in mind, you have to trust what the divine is trying to bring into your life. Don't close off your heart chakra now based off of what somebody else may have put you through. Open back up and allow the universe to bring love into your life through new energies, new opportunities, whatever it may be. What do we have at the third eye, please? Two of Cups, Cancer energy at the third eye. For you single Virgos out there, there is definitely love in the air. Okay. For others of you, it has to do with you aligning with people that are going to help you with something you're working on. It could also be you coming into alignment with individuals in your soul tribe, people that have gone through similar things to you. You know, and in saying that, I feel that 2024 is going to be the year where a lot of people in the collective that have been doing the work like you have, Virgo, start aligning with people that are like-minded. People who have been through it, people who have been going through the awakening process just like you. The same but different. This is really what I'm getting with this Two of Cups at the third eye here. I just feel this overall energy surrounding this reading where it's like you can finally take a breath and just sit down and relax, energetically speaking. I just heard, you're safe now, Virgo. Some of you have been so consumed with the here and now, grinding away as a means to remove yourself from environments, situations that you couldn't even really think past the moment at hand, let alone the year that's ahead of you. But you're being called to take a step back, Virgo, and refocus your lens. You're in the clear now, and you can actually start putting together a plan for the future. What do we have at the crown, please? Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the crown goes along with everything we're saying here because this is representing this healing, Virgo. This is you healing this heart chakra, right? It's like you're finally taking the time to heal your heart. You can finally focus on yourself. You can focus on rebuilding not only yourself and rebalancing your chakra system, but you can focus now on building for the future and get a good idea on how your future may actually be looking. You know, we're so inundated with distraction and chaos inside the simulation, inside the matrix these days. Most people aren't putting together any sort of long-term plans anymore. Most people are just in this sort of short-focused, hand-in-mouth kind of mentality. And that's really where the powers that be want all of us anyway, because this way they can control you. But not you, Virgo. You feel like you've carved out your own path now. It's as if all the work you've done up until this point, you've had to do to be able to break away from the general standard by which individuals live their lives in this current time that we're living in. And what we're starting to see is that there is really two kinds of people in this world now. The ones that are awake and the ones that are asleep. The ones that are awake are relying on themselves and building for the future. The ones that are asleep are relying on the powers that be. It's this sort of laugh now, cry later kind of mentality. Virgo, you're very attuned to your higher self at the moment. There's this very prophetic, dreamy energy that I'm picking up from you. Incredibly intuitive. And you're starting to realize more now than ever how affected you are by your surroundings, by the individuals in your life. And this is all being taken into consideration as you're building this vision for your future and the path ahead. This is a whole new Virgo. There's a whole new standard by which you will be living your life from this point forward. What do we have at the foundation, please? Ooh, death, Lucifer, Scorpio energy right underneath that moon. It's like you've broken free from a certain kind of hell in your life, Virgo. Now, this can represent many things, but overall, it's just an energy of complete transformation. This energy was creating a lot of stagnation in your life. It really just wanted to steal your hope away from you. A lot of you in this energy where you felt very stuck, like you can't move forward. And I feel that this is representing this residual energy. There's almost like this PTSD that I'm picking up on, which can be that hesitation or that fear to move forward and be happy again, however that may be showing up for you. You're afraid of the past repeating, and I get it. It does take time, Virgo. All I can tell you is that what I'm picking up here is an energy that's very protective of you. And I genuinely feel that if you have been putting in the work, your worst days are very much behind you. You've already learned the lessons. You've already gained the wisdom from those cycles. There's no reason to repeat them again. And you also need to understand, Virgo, that that residual energy that I'm speaking about, it doesn't want you to move on. It doesn't want you to heal or recover. It wants you to carry that energy with you wherever you go. It's like you're carrying a passenger, but you can't see it. It's on the etheric plane. It's essentially a demon from that previous karmic cycle that's come along for the ride. It wants to sit on your shoulder and tell you that you've come so far, Virgo. Don't take any risks. Don't open yourself back up. Stay closed off and fearful of what may come your way, should you allow hope and love to flood back through again. See, this energy is very, very sneaky, Virgo. It's almost like you don't even know it's there. It's buried itself in a subconscious layer of your mind. It's like a bug, right? You don't even recognize it as being something that's jumped on for the ride. But this is showing up and you being closed off and overprotective of yourself. But Virgo, what I'm getting here is you have a tremendous amount of wisdom, and the divine has armed you with discernment now. So with that in mind, you're being called to let go of any fear and trust yourself that you will discern if any other devilish energy comes across your path that is reminiscent of a demon that you have already defeated in your life. What do we have at the sacral, please? Six of Swords. Wow. Aquarius energy, seer. See, what's interesting here is Six of Swords. From this deck, this is all about stagnancy, not able to move on. So it's like you move on, maybe physically, but the energy of the past cycle stays with you. So let's say, for the sake of example, you've removed yourself from a very toxic relationship in your life. You may have physically moved, gotten a new place, moved out of town, whatever it is, but the energy is still with you. So now you're closed off. You don't want to meet new people. You don't want to open up to love again. You don't want any new friends because that previous friend let you down. Something like this. This is what this is representing. And they're really emphasizing this in this reading because I feel that there's opportunities that are trying to come into your life, and it's going to require you opening up, opening your heart. For some of you, that seems almost impossible right now, but it's because this dark passenger has jumped on for the ride without you knowing. It wants to make a victim out of you. This is an energy of victimization, Virgo. Not opening yourself up to new energies in your life based off of what other individuals may have put you through. And again, Virgo, I know how this goes. I know how hard this is. I've been through this. And all I can say is, Virgo, you have to remember that although You may have removed yourself from specific environments or removed individuals from your life. If you are closing yourself off based on what they put you through, then it's almost like they may as well still be in your life because they're still affecting you even though they're not a part of your life anymore. What do we have, the solar plexus? Wow. Three of Pentacles, Orubos. All three of these cards represent stagnation, but this also represents the energy that you can't see. It's as if this is subconscious, is what I just heard. This is the fear. This is the dark passenger who's along for the ride. Unless you address this now, it becomes harder and harder to break out of this. It eventually just completely calcifies and just becomes a part of who you are. I just heard so clearly, you become the embodiment of all of the pain and hurt that you've gone through in your life. You have to be mindful of your spirit body as well, not just what's happening in the physical. You have to heal your spirit as well, because of the residual energy that sticks around. The cord cuttings, balancing your chakra systems, loving on yourself, going after things that make you happy, and opening back up to the world and the love that the universe wants to bring into your life. What do we have at the heart, please? Boon. It's the sun in its shadow polarity. This is an energy here that's not wanting you to focus on anything positive, wants you to doubt that you could ever be happy again. They just said it again. I just heard it so clearly. This individual may as well still be in your life because you're acting like they are. And it's at that heart chakra. I'm picking up blocked heart chakra energy, Virgo. You've got to release. You've got to forgive. And forgive yourself for having gone through those cycles and have a recognition of how far you've come and that you're prepared to heal these parts of yourself so you can move forward. You need to release any resentment and any bitterness. You don't necessarily have to have FaceTime with the individuals that you went through these cycles with. It's not what we're saying here at all. But something's got to give because there's a very strong indication of something that you're still holding on to here. Some of you may just need to sit down and really cry it out. That may not have even been something that you could even think about doing up until this point, Virgo. I don't have time to cry. I need to work to get myself out of this situation. That's where you've been. But now you're in a safe zone and this energy's got to be released. It's like a tick under your skin. You got to dig it out. And then we have Ha'a'ia, which is the Five of Wands, politics and ambition, also Leo energy. Virgo, this isn't far off. This energy here is you bringing everything into balance, you resolving these energies and moving forward, understanding what we're saying here in regards to the residual energies still sort of loitering around. Another example they want me to give you of this is you getting rid of any sort of material possessions that may hold somebody's energy that you've had to remove from your life. This is actually very important. Whether these items are small or big, I would recommend getting rid of any of this stuff because the problem is not only do they hold that energy within them, but every time you look at these things, there's thoughts that start swimming around inside your subconscious, whether you're aware of this or not. So I highly recommend that you take that into consideration because all of these things are going to help incrementally to release this energy. Just let it all go. What do we have at the throat, please? Wow. Six of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the throat. Eladia, the favorable god, divine grace, cures rage and pestilence. So it's like you're sacrificing these things up to the divine, right? It's almost like you making a ritual out of it. They want you just to make space energetically for the new, Virgo. There's a lot of prosperity and abundance on the horizon for you. You're going to be in a space where you don't want for anything. You're going to be completely provided for by the divine. And this energy that I'm picking up here is the perfect energy and mindset to begin a new year with. Out with the old, in with the new, Virgo. What do we have at the third eye, please? Wow. The Hermit, Virgo, that is your energy at the third eye. Ibamia, Word of God creating all. Alchemy and transformation. Helps with spiritual progress. Further reiterating everything I just said. We're right on the money with this reading, Virgo. You need as much of a supportive influence around you as possible right now. And again, everything counts. Whether it be small or big, it all adds up to help create the shift that is necessary for this new beginning. Your inner guidance is telling you exactly what you need to do right now, Virgo. If you're feeling confused, just go in for some sort of clarity here. The divine is on standby for you at all times. The divine is trying to awaken you to your inner calling. It's very important that you're following any sort of hunches you're having right now as well, Virgo. Some of you might quite literally be changing where you live. And also remember to change the perspective over your life to be able to overcome any problems you may be facing. And what I mean by this is remove yourself from yourself, so to speak, and think about yourself from the universe's perspective, looking down over your life. This is a really great way to make any sort of decisions in your life. Remove yourself from your current set of circumstances and think about how the universe, the divine source, God, would move if they were in your shoes, or how they would tell you to move if you asked. You're starting to have a new understanding of the universe around you. And this perspective shift, this example I just gave you, is going to help prime you for just that. What do we have at the crown to close that for Virgo? Too many cards. What do we have at the crown to close that for Virgo? Virgo, I've gotten the devil at the end of what feels like almost every single reading that I've done this past few weeks. It's like everybody in the collective is closing out these major karmic cycles. The devil, Samael, and here it is showing up again for you. But as we can see, the devil is shuffling off out of your life. This is that dark passenger that I was telling you about. This is that residual energy that, although may seemingly not be in your everyday waking life, has still been along for the ride on the etheric plane. But this is you having a deeper understanding with this Hermit and the Six of Pentacles, you sacrificing all of the residual energies. And now the devil has once again been spotted and cleared from your auric field. It makes perfect sense that that card came out at the very tail end of this reading. Virgo, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Virgo. Take care.